So again, we formed the group in February. We had meetings with James Daly, chose our wonderful name. Matt did a wonderful job getting website, CRM, social media got going again. We basically got ourselves organised in March. I think we had our first hall meet visit then as a group, which was good. In April, we did the logo competition, just to again trying to get this sort of community engagement. We did our 2 bids so far. One was to the Architectural Heritage Fund and one to the Theatres Trust. We had a meeting with Mr. Lander, who's the current owner, and basically gained his confidence and got his agreement to sell the building to us in a set time frame. And we've explained very clearly what the sort of the timeline is for that. And we also met with Emma from Beyond Profit, who's a really good aid as far as a modus operandi and governance training and all the things that we need to sort of build our skill sets up on. We again in May we had another visit to the hall with an architect. So you might have seen some bits and pieces. We've got our own business account sorted out, and then in June we were successfully announced as a bid winner for the Theatres Trust bid, which includes there's basically 2 parts to that bid. One was a market appraisal, so we organised a specialist consultant to look at the market of Ramsbottom, what we can do, kind of footfall figures, who's in certain areas, and all that kind of thing. What ticket price will people accept, and basically that will feed into a business model. So yeah, and the building valuation, which is actually going to take place this Friday, which is good. And basically, there's 4 or 5 studies, 6 studies even, and they're all going to basically feed into a big old mix of yes, it's a viable project or not. So other bits and pieces, and it's a big spoiler because we haven't told the Bury Times, our local MP, or even the building owner yet. But last week we were successful in our Architectural Heritage Fund bid as well, which is another £16,000 or so, and that looks after a governance and training package that I spoke to from Beyond Profit, and a viability report, which is all sorts of building specialists and quantity surveyors and what have you, which will form an idea of what is required to renovate the building and to become a usable space again. So people who we've spoken to over the last 5 months, obviously the Theatres Trust, who have been really good with us, really supportive. Again, the Architectural Heritage Fund, and these are going to be key people in the future. Some for both funding, additional funding, but sort of helping us along the path of what we need to be doing to be making bids to other people as well. The Music Hall Society have been great, and they sent us some bits and pieces regarding the hall. Trying to get history of the place at the moment with everything locked away has been really, really difficult over the last few months. Although we've been dead keen to get back into the Ramsbottom Library and go through the annals there and the Cooperative Society and all the rest of it, it has been difficult. And hopefully when we get proper unlocked the end of next month, then we'll be able to start doing that research stuff again. The Cooperative Heritage Trust have been really supportive. They're based over in Rochdale. That's the museum there. And they've been through similar kind of bids, so that they'll be able to help us on our way as well. We've had initial discussions with Bury Council and been involved with the Ramsbottom Town Plan just this last week. that's an ongoing thing. We've basically got the support, both politically and as an organisation for the project to go on. Beyond Profit is Emma, who we spoke to before. She's going to help us with the governance side of things and how the business is going to operate. So Mr. Daly's been a great supporter so far, and we'll hopefully engage with him again in the near future. Valley Heritage is an organisation based up in Rosendale, who are doing similar things with similar stuff. So they're looking after not just one, but looking at several buildings in Bacup and Rosendale generally to purchase and renovate. And that leads us on because the guy that kind of heads up Valley Heritage is one of the directors at Buttress, who is an architect, a specialist architect that will help us on our way. And we're negotiating now this viability study for the building to be carried out by them. So as we said before, we met with Mr. Lander, and we asked in no uncertain terms, please will you support us? And this is basically, we've had it in writing from him that he confirmed that in principle they are happy to sell it to us and willing to assist with any applications of funding going forward. And quite a lot of these bids actually ask for letters of support, whether that be for your MP, whether that be from the building owner, whether it be from the local council or the local conservation guy, whoever. And we're going to have to build up a portfolio of stuff like that going forward as well.